Yeah, so for a long time, I've been thinking of how to say this. So I've been seeing some artworks recently, and I just feel like it seems imagine artists are struggling with how to convert the raw imagination in their head, the raw narrative ideas in their head, and how to convert it properly on canvas, or how to convert it properly into a sculpture, right? Properly into an artwork. So I want you to understand that the raw idea, the raw imagination you have in your head is like crude oil. You cannot use it like that, like just as it is. And then you say in your head, for example, you have this imagination where you're trying to talk about how smoking is bad, right? And then the imagination in your head is that there's a man who has a cigarette in his mouth and then he's crying. And then on your canvas, you put it exactly the same way, where you show us the portrait of a man, cigarette in his mouth, and he's crying. And then the whole expression on his face, the sadness is obvious, the melancholy is obvious, the depression is obvious, the anxiety is obvious, right? So that is not how to do it. As much as we say that art should be authentic, art should pass a message, there is a part of visual art that also should be appealing. I see a lot of artworks recently, and I'm like, why did you add this? Why did you make the character look like this? Right? Understand, let me give you a perfect example. So I was reading something by Tunde Kilani, sent to me by one of my mentors, and Tunde Kilani said, if Fela Anikulapo Kuti's melody, if they were as harsh as his lyrics, people would probably not pay attention to him. Fela would probably not be able to pass the messages he was able to pass. But when you listen to the melody of Fela, like, it draws you in. It draws you in. It makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel safe. So when he begins to curse the government, call you zombie, 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 you're still dancing, right? That is how you should be able to communicate some very deep, some very dark, some almost scary imaginations in your head. So when you're putting them on canvas, when you're turning them into sculpture, you want to ask yourself, how can I pass this really sad message? How can I pass this really scary message? How can I pass this really dark or like almost uncomfortably deep message in a way that my audience can engage it and still feel safe, engage it and still understand what I'm doing? Right? A lot of you just do it directly how it is in your head on the canvas, and then it starts to just repel people off.